Good evening, everybody. Welcome inside St. Matt's Rectory here on Catman Avenue in Northeast Philadelphia. Bob Long, along with Chris Carabello, Riley Brennan on camera, here to bring you Philadelphia Catholic League action as LaSalle takes to the road to take on Father Judge. Chris, looking forward to this one. First of all, great to see you again. I had was going to get a Always Sunny, the gang gets back together with the opening music plan, but we'll have to do that next time. Great to have you besides me in the booth once again.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been together, but it's great to be here with you. And in a great site. This is probably one of the most historic CYO basketball sites in all of Philadelphia. St. Matt's Catholic School, the site of numerous CYO Catholic League basketball championships, and one of the largest Catholic schools in the Archdiocese, that and St. Tim's around the corner, and a feeder school for Father Judge. So kind of a natural site for them to play some of their games while their gym is being used for extra space during the COVID pandemic.
Yeah, great to be here. Any way you can get these games in, Chris, it's important that these teams do so. LaSalle takes the floor 6-5 on the year. Father Judge, they got their first win of the season in the Catholic League just this past Friday. In impressive fashion, took down Lansdale Catholic, staved off an effort from the other Crusaders here in the Catholic League down the stretch. And so Coach Tate and his team, they're trying to build on this. It's obviously been a tough year for everybody and trying to gain some momentum. LaSalle right to work. Simmons to Verano.
Almost a play right off the tap.
Starters for LaSalle: Jackson Conroy, Sam Brown, Nix Verano, Charles Ireland, and Horace Simmons. Nasheer Johnson, Justin Blythe, Chris Brennan out there.
Yeah, Judge's big star, number one, Nasheer Johnson. He's 80 points away from scoring 1,000 career points. He'd be only the second player in Father Judge history to do so.
The other two starters, Anthony Lilly and Jalen Flowers. This is Flowers, a deep three, no good. And here's Sam Brown, the junior, dual sports star for LaSalle.
Important for the Explorers to get off to a strong start.
Here's Verano, baseline. Got it over to Sam Brown for three, no good. But an offensive carom, Horace Simmons, one more for Sam Brown. LaSalle attacks the glass on the first possession here. Besides that really good opening tip play, like you said, Chris. So really good start from this LaSalle team.
The Explorers got off to a great start on Sunday against West Catholic, scoring 18 first-quarter points, which was one of their best offensive productions of the year. Fortunately, they had a bad third quarter and just couldn't hold off the Burrs attack.
Yeah, and that West Catholic team has been playing better down the stretch. That second half of the season has been a different story for them. It did not surprise me at all to see that be a competitive game between two teams playing well. But like you said, unfortunate for LaSalle that third quarter. LaSalle's going to come back the other way. Simmons. And Charles Ireland, he's been so good from beyond the arc this year, shooting over 60% from deep. Causes a Coach Tate timeout.
Yeah, the Explorers jump out to a quick 7-0 lead, and Sean Tate needed a little meeting with his team, so he calls a 30-second timeout. Yeah, the Explorers are going to finish up their regular season on Wednesday against Devon Prep. That'll be senior night. There won't be a JV game, but we will be honoring the seniors prior to the start of the game.
That's great.
Something that is, it's something that we've always done, and it was very important that just like we were able to put together a nice season for these players, we're going to make sure we honor the seniors, particularly those three boys that have been in the program for 4 years. Charles Ireland being one, Jackson Conroy the other, and then Connor Donahue.
We'll certainly be there for that. We'll be calling that on Wednesday evening. LaSalle comes with some backcourt pressure, trying to force Father Judge out of their comfort zone a little bit offensively, Chris. It's not always to necessarily get the turnover. Certainly that helps, but just to take him out of their half-court set, and Father Judge nearly throws it away. I think they're going to get away with it there.
Yeah, they did. I think that was out on Judge, but the refs gave it back to them. The Explorers have played tenacious defense all year, and they're starting out right now kind of putting a lot of pressure on Judge. Bit of a matchup zone here.
Yep. There's a slip to the hole, and good hands there by Charles Ireland. Nick Verano open for three, no good. Father Judge into the offensive set. LaSalle man-to-man, 5:15 to play. First quarter, it's 7-0 Explorers. Tough shot, wow. Nasir Johnson. No wonder he's only 80 points away from breaking that school record. Really impressive shot there against great defense.
And he really is their offense. And if you notice, the Explorers have played a defense on him similar to what they did against Jimmy King of the Prep, making sure they have someone on him at all times. Charles Ireland whenever possible.
LaSalle basketball, 4:54 to go. First quarter. Verano, foot on the line. Did not get the shooter's roll.
No one there to rebound, and Judge will take the ball up court.
There's a three, no, and LaSalle's going to get that defensive rebound. Good tip there by Sam Brown. Here's Horace Simmons driving to the hoop. Left hand, no, follow. Another one, count it, and
Out the
one.
basket. Yeah.
There's 2 offensive rebounds, 2 points, and a third coming there for Horace Simmons.
Third time was the charm there. Horace Simmons struggled a little bit on Sunday against a taller, stronger, more aggressive West Catholic defense. They played him really tough. It was one of his lowest offensive performances of the year, and a lot of that can be attributed to the defense and the athleticism of West Catholic.
4:13 to go, first quarter. LaSalle 10, Father Judge 2. They work it around Tyler Yurkov. We saw some of him in the JV game that we broadcast just a few minutes ago. Here's Jalen Flowers coming off the left hand. LaSalle in the zone. Shooting over the top of it is Father Judge, and a good carom there by Ireland. Conroy, and now to the baseline. Extra pass, Conroy. LaSalle patient offensively here. Judge did a pretty good job to recover after what seemingly was a Charles Ireland open three, but they closed out well. But Sam Brown goes to work. Missed it with the left hand. Back comes Jalen Flowers. On the baseline, LaSalle stays in this man-to-man defense. Crusaders in white, Explorers in navy blue. There's a drive through some traffic. Tough shot, no. Some contact there, but Justin Blythe now back behind the play. Wild pass there, and some miscommunication between Brown and Verano.
Yeah, the Explorers had numbers there and didn't take advantage of it, and an errant pass by Nick Verano, and Father Judge is going to get the ball. That third senior, Connor Donahue, comes into the game now, number 44.
LaSalle comes out in a 2-3 zone. With some man-to-man principles, now they kind of do move into that true man. But Verano and Donahue switch. Couple of switches at the top of the key. Let's see if Father Judge can take advantage of a mismatch inside. Donahue working hard on the front. And now they throw it into the backcourt. Sam Brown fouled hard. He'll shoot 2 at the line.
Nice play there to keep Sam Brown from having an easy layup. Make him earn it on the line.
That's for sure, yep. You don't want just a slap on the wrist there. You want to make sure that ball does not get above the rim.
Yeah, Tyler Yurkov did just that. Someone as athletic as Sam Brown, he could easily.
One thing that this LaSalle team has done very good is shoot from the charity stripe, Chris. They're second in the Philadelphia Catholic League in free throw percentage. And they've played a lot of close games, and certainly some have gone their way, some have not. But hitting shots at the stripe are going to help you in that regard. And this team has gotten a lot out of itself this year. It's a brutal Catholic League this year. But at 6-5, chance to win 2 more. We're trying to go 8-5, and that would be one heck of a year coming off everything that has gone on outside the lines.
And coming off a year last year where they struggled a little, if they could finish 8-5, I think that'd be a tremendous finish. Not to mention that 4 of those games were lost in the last 30 seconds.
That's exactly
2 of them
right.
at the buzzer.
Yep.
So even West Catholic, they were in it at the end, had a chance to tie with 7 seconds left. It was a
That's got to be a double dribble.
double dribble. I don't know what was. There were 3. All 3 of them missed it.
Tough drive through traffic. Trying to get too much English there, but Nasir Johnson couldn't finish. Brown attacks. Yes, what a finish.
And Coach Mike McKee wants Sam Brown to go to the basket. He wants him to take it to the hole.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it with him. He is so talented and athletic. Sure, he's a good three-point shooter, but his strength is driving and attacking. Sean Tate, timeout called with 1:26 to play here in the first quarter. This portion of today's game brought to you by Jim McLaughlin, Carrie Guerin Boyle of the Carrie Guerin Boyle team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox and Rich Realtors, the best realtors around, and a great set of LaSalle families. Support the school, advocate for the athletics programs and everything else that goes on at the school. They helped my wife and I find our dream home, so couldn't recommend them any more highly. The team of Jim McLaughlin and Carrie Guerin Boyle at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox and Roach Realtors. So a good start here, Chris. LaSalle up 14-5, and exactly the type of first quarter you're looking for after what was truly a difficult week with 2 losses in the final minute. Archbishop Ryan, as well as West Catholic this past weekend.
And Bob, you brought it up as well. That West Catholic team is playing very, very well. When you saw that game on the schedule, it jumped out at you. Like,
yes,
that's a game you wanted earlier in the year. And unfortunately, they got them as West Catholic was playing very, very well. They dominated a Bishop McDevitt team on Friday night and then gave the Explorers all they could handle, winning at the very end.
That's exactly right. Open 3, no good, and brought down by Williams.
Yeah, Chris Williams in the game now. The junior played a lot of the JV game.
Horace Simmons goes to work. Pretty good defense there inside. That was a tough matchup.
Yeah, it was a tough shot by Horace.
Yeah, but Lilly really was put on an island and hung in there defensively.
And Simmons only a sophomore. As he gets older, he's going to be able to dominate that shot.
Nice job there by Donahue.
Yeah, nice tip. It's one of those things where you can't get the rebound, but you did the next best thing. You tipped it to a teammate.
Well, absolutely. You had strength in numbers besides that one-on-one rebounding battle.
Nice
Simmons,
play.
what a back cut. Oh. Foul called. Interesting there. It's certainly a foul. It kind of felt as if the official on the baseline was waiting to see if that one went through the cylinder.
Yeah.
Before he made the call.
But you could see it coming. You could wait for the backdoor cut there as Verano looked for the open man, and all of a sudden Simmons came right through the lane.
Horace Simmons is one of the best off-ball movement guys in this league right now. He has been really good at not just creating his own shot on ball, but being able to understand space. And when the opposing defender is overextending himself, two at the line for Simmons. It's an 11-point lead for LaSalle. 23 seconds left in the first quarter.
Caleb Bryant, number 34, he's going to get into the game, give Horace Simmons some rest here at the end of the first quarter. Bryant, a 6'7" sophomore.
Yeah, we saw him in the JV game as well, Chris. Plays a lot for the JV team and gets some run here at varsity as well. Step back 3, that's a tough one. No. Tipped back, still 5 seconds. Plenty of time here. That's a deep one. Hits good. At the horn, Justin Blythe. One more look at that one as he heaves it from Cottman Avenue. Big time.
From the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
And Judge now down 8, 16-8. Explorers doubled them up, but that 3 gave Judge a
little boost.
Cut into that, a little boost. Cut into that LaSalle lead.
No doubt about it. Let's tell you about the business networking happy hour going on, although it's no longer a happy hour. This one has a twist. It's happening during the lunch hour on Wednesday, March 10th, starting at noon. Alumni from around the world are welcome to connect via AirMeet. We encourage you to join your classmates and invite other colleagues and classmates in the LaSalle community to join us. Registration is required, and an AirMeet link will be emailed out to registrants around 10 a.m. on the morning of March 10th. Visit and join the LaSalle Alumni Group page on LinkedIn to sign up or to join the group if you haven't already. Contact John Allison and Allison J at lschs.org with any questions. I'm going to be there as well, Chris, so if you want to come talk hoops, you can do that on Wednesday at noon, among other things.
It said it was a networking group. It didn't necessarily say what you would be networking about, although I think business is the implied point of contact.
That's exactly right. We'll have a commercial banking conversation as well if you so desire.
Explorers will start the quarter up 8. Father Judge has the ball.
LaSalle in the man-to-man defensively.
Again, paying careful attention to where Nasir Johnson is on the court.
No doubt.
Charles Ireland having an eye on him at all times, much again, like I mentioned, like he did with Jimmy King in the game against the Prep.
That one no good. LaSalle back the other way. Brown thinks about the drive, spins inside, and he's fouled with the left hand. Sean Tate wants a little push off with the off arm, and I don't know that I necessarily blame him.
Yeah. But again, Coach Mike McKee wants Sam Brown to go to the basket, and that's exactly what we saw there. Using his athleticism to take the ball to the hole.
That's right. Joining you here from St. Matt's Gymnasium on Cottman Avenue. Father Judge in a position where they're using their classroom for social distancing. Pretty smart idea, certainly. And so an opportunity to go out and play elsewhere. And what a gym this is. This is a lot of fun here, Chris. Enjoying this very much. Now here is Johnson. Gets all the way through, draws a triple team. So a wide open three for Flowers. Yes. So Father Judge hanging tight.
LaSalle up 6, 17-11.
Verano for Brown. Oh, just didn't get it over the front rim.
Got the foul, but that should have gone in.
Yep. Wasn't a ton of contact there.
Sam Brown misses 2 in a row. He's usually a very, very good foul shooter.
Yep.
Which makes him even more dangerous when he drives to the hole.
That's exactly right. But Father Judge is hanging tough here. LaSalle converts 1 of 2 at the line. It's just a 7-point game with 6:56 to play in the second quarter.
Michael Browning comes back in the game for Judge. We saw a lot of him in the JV game earlier.
Oh, great feed there to the weak side block. The finish inside from Chris Brennan.
Yeah, that was a nice pass from Nasir Johnson. Wide open Chris Brennan. The defense had collapsed around Johnson.
And that's last touched by Father Judge's number 25, Mike Browning.
It was almost touched by Sean Tate.
Yeah, that's true as well. A couple of guys we saw in the JV game. Browning saw a lot of time, as did Chris Williams for LaSalle.
Yeah, Chris Williams is beginning to see a lot of time on the varsity.
No good on that. Tough lay-in. And Father Judge, how about this? Playing tough. Donahue on the floor, looking to get rid of the ball.
Nice
and
play
now,
by Connor Donahue.
Really nicely
with numbers.
done. Sam Brown, too easy, gliding to the hole. But you're right, Chris. The play starts on the defensive end. Scramble for the basketball. It was Connor Donahue who kind of punched it forward to his teammate.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think the shriek might have induced the call there. Nasir Johnson to the line.
And Chris Williams stood firm. Not a lot of contact, though. I don't think enough to draw the charge. You can't help but notice the entire game has a CYO feel to it, like both coaches wearing sweatshirts.
Sure.
It looks like something you would see out of a 7th and 8th grade game.
I hear you. It's a good one, though.
Well, Salle by 6, 20-14.
Sam Brown, there's going to be an offensive foul here. Is that going to go against Brown, or is it no? It's going to be the moving screen from Horace Simmons.
Oh, he walked.
But Johnson creating some space for this Father Judge offense. Browning now on the baseline. And they'll reset with 5:28 to play in the second quarter. They had an open three, and now on the recoil, no. LaSalle stayed pretty disciplined that possession. Now here's Horace Simmons facing up, pulling up.
It's a good shot.
Father Judge
Shooting over Browning.
hanging around. There's a big-time three, and it's down to 3. Nasir Johnson.
What Judge has done is they've taken away the open 3 from the Explorers. Explorers need to get back to using that extra pass to get someone open from 3.
Williams driving. An extra pass inside. Really good two-man basketball.
Mike
Nick
McKee wants a
Serrano.
timeout.
Chris Williams. Timeout called by Mike McKee.
Yeah, 30-second timeout the Explorers.
4:24 to play in this one. And this portion of today's game brought to you by the Keith Binsfeld lending team at Cross Country Mortgage. Class, I think he's 96, 97. He's a proud sponsor of what we do here at Bob Long Sports. Proud graduate of LaSalle High School and a really good residential mortgage specialist. If you're looking to buy a new home or refinance, Keith is your guy. Binsfeld team at Cross Country Mortgage. So, Chris, I mean, this is it's gotten tight here. LaSalle did add a 2 there right before the timeout, so it's 22-17 over Father Judge. But this Crusaders team, you have to admire the commitment and how they've moved the ball offensively. They've created some good looks, hit some tough shots. I think Sean Tate's saying, hey, still a few too many easy ones for this LaSalle team, but with just one win in the league, Father Judge hanging tough.
Yeah, and looking at the shot selection, most of the Explorers' points have come inside the paint. Not a lot of deep outside shots, not a lot beyond the arc. The one from Charles Ireland, who's back in the game right now.
Johnson gets into the lane, creates the wide open look, and it's good. Really good from Nasir Johnson. Justin Blythe hits the 3, but Chris, it really is the double teams that Johnson is incurring that's making the difference and creating the open looks.
Yeah, he knows exactly where to go. No one underneath for the Explorers to get that rebound. Judge has a chance to tie here.
And we got a grab against LaSalle. 3:35 to go.
Fortunately, it's an old school scoreboard, so it's tough to see how many fouls, team fouls.
Sure. And that's the allure of being here. This is a wonderful place to come watch basketball game.
As I said, it's not Judge's home court, but it's certainly their backyard.
That is right. .332 to go, second quarter. And there's Johnson again, up and under, too strong.
Horace Simmons with the rebound, and Charles Ireland will set the offense.
But again, there's one where if Johnson finds somebody, I mean, that's a double team committed. Somebody's open there. He's creating mismatches and making it difficult on this LaSalle defense. And a couple of tough shots there for Simmons in succession.
That was a situation where I don't know that Horace Simmons shouldn't have taken the three. He's a good three-point shooter. He had a wide open three. Instead, took an off-balance shot, fading away. Judge comes down and scores. Game's tied at 22. Mike McKee needs a 30-second timeout.
Indeed, it is tied at 22. 2:53 to go second quarter. And Father Judge, you know, they were down 10 just a few minutes ago. They've come all the way back.
Yeah, they had only 5 points with just a few seconds remaining in the first quarter. Now they're up to 22. Scored 17 points in that span. And this is the type of thing that hurts the Explorers. It hurt them on Sunday against West Catholic. There's a lull in the offense. In the case on Sunday, West Catholic was able to build up a 12-point lead, which the Explorers quickly eradicated. But these lull in offenses have hurt the Explorers all season.
Thought there was some contact there. Yeah. Ireland got it back. Puts it up. Oh, and nearly got it to fall.
Yeah. No, tough play by Charles Ireland, who's played great all year.
I've been very entertained and impressed by what he's been able to do this year.
Averaging almost 10 points a game.
Efficiently, Chris. That's the thing, too.
Yeah, it has.
Shooting over 55% from the field, 60-plus from three. And good here as well. Good from the stripe.
He's been part of that balanced scoring attack for the Explorers.
Yep. You're absolutely right. I mean, what Sam Brown and Nick Sforano will say force teams to play defensively can sometimes create openings for guys like Charles Ireland. He's taking full advantage.
If he were to finish the year in double digits, it'd be the first time in the history of LaSalle basketball that 4 players averaged in double figures, which I think speaks volumes to the program.
Yep.
We came very close 2 years ago with the Allen Powell, Zach Chrysler, Conrad Kishka. But if Charles Ireland would be able to finish with averaging 10 points, they would have 4 players in double figures.
Very impressive. Jackson Conroy for 3. That's a big shot there.
And Jackson can score. He's only averaging about 4 points a game, but he can score. You leave him open, and he's going to hit that shot.
$1:49 to play first half. LaSalle leads 27-22. Father Judge hanging tough. It's been Nasir Johnson either scoring himself or creating open looks for his teammates.
Judge content holding the ball. Not sure they're going to try to hold it for 1 minute and 30 seconds, but they're content.
Yeah, I don't know necessarily if that's the play. Yeah, see, that's the thing there. Wow, fortunate to get it back. And I don't know if that's not a double dribble, but nonetheless, LaSalle comes up with it.
I agree with you on the double dribble.
Now LaSalle, they can choose to do the same thing, but I'd still run the offense. And an offensive foul. That one might have been coming there. I think that might have been Sean Tate.
Yeah, Sean Tate called that one.
And I would agree with him on the prior one. That one, I don't know. I don't know if that one was quite as much with the off arm. But nonetheless, defense, pretty good play. Father Judge trails by 5.
There was a situation where Sam Brown could have probably just taken that right to the basket and instead of trying to stop.
He was still trying to go through the basket. He just kind of went through the defender, and that's what induced the call. 30 seconds left. Now I think Father Judge content to hold for the last possession.
And they're going to hold it out, and Charles Ireland's going to stay on Nasir Johnson. Salling him in a matchup zone.
7 seconds to go. It's Nasir Johnson. Tough shot for 3. No. And it'll be LaSalle basketball with exactly 1 tick left on the clock.
Yeah. I'm not even sure we can get a catch and shoot here, but we're certainly going to try.
I wouldn't get too greedy. Nearly a problem, but we head to half. 27-22, LaSalle with the lead.
The Explorers up 5.
It's been a good one thus far here, Chris. Give Father Judge a ton of credit.
Yeah, they came back. They were down 8 after the first quarter. Tied the game. Again, the Explorers had a little of an offensive lull. They've been averaging about 15 points a quarter.
Right.
They're averaging 60 points a game, and it's pretty balanced. The Explorers score about 15 points a quarter. And we're a little lower on this one.
What a good one.
It's important that they not have a slow start to the third quarter. That's something that's haunted them all year. They've lost some leads. Certainly haunted them on Sunday at West Catholic. But if they can have a good start to the third quarter, build on that lead a little bit, I think they'll be in a good position to win this game.
We'll find out in about 9 minutes. Halftime here. We'll be back on the other side. You're watching Bob Long Sports coverage of LaSalle College High School basketball.
Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dumpyford.com.
Come experience the Dumpy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. The process is simple. First, we do an introduction. Then the candidate provides me with information. We have a consultation based on that information, and we build what's called the model. Once we have that model, we'll share that with 3 great opportunities that match your criteria. I will follow up with you through the entire process. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area. I'm humbled by your consideration, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
The coaches at LaSalle are great because they strive for you to be your best.
I was able to maximize my full potential in terms of opportunity in football, wrestling, and lacrosse.
They're going to be pushed to be the best they can be in the classroom, on the field, in the pool, and just overall as a person.
Student first, athlete second. Before you have success on the field, you have to have success in the classroom so you can be on the field.
One thing I think makes LaSalle Athletics stand out are the facilities that we have. One thing I think makes the athletic programs here so strong is definitely the coaching and the staff.
I think I've improved as a competitor here at LaSalle because I'm always being pushed by coaches and by my peers. Seeing my peers work hard makes me want to work harder as well.
No matter what your interests are, every single person here is going to make sure that you're able to fulfill your dreams and what you want to do.
What allows us to keep winning is just our really strong sense of tradition and pride. We know that 30 years before us they won the PCL, so we're going to go out there and we're going to do our best to succeed like the guys before us did.
What does your character look like? Does it bounce back after each setback? Does it stand out by standing up? Does it make good on good intentions? Character is invisible until it's not. Only through action will the world know what it's made of, what you're made of. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans and families of the fallen at travismanion.org.
I say that LaSalle fuels my passion because it has such great programs with what I'm interested in.
LaSalle affords you the opportunity to get involved in as much as you possibly want to. There's tons of different clubs and activities with any different interest you could have.
No matter what you're doing, you'll be supported by your peers, and LaSalle will become a place that you love to go to and you will want to go to every day.
I think it was pretty easy to make friends. I feel like the most friends I made came through my extracurriculars.
What I love about LaSalle is you could make relationships with other people by getting out of your comfort zone. That's what LaSalle really teaches us, to be open and be open to meeting new people.
You're always going to gain something from clubs. Even if you find out that that club isn't for you, you're still going to pull something away from it, come out with new friends, have new connections.
Getting involved definitely helps you meet new people.
You want to come to LaSalle because you want to be able to explore. You want to be able to try a number of different opportunities we have to offer here.
You're going to really discover what it means to be not only a LaSalle gentleman, but also develop with your own passions and have all these different opportunities to try things that you might not have had otherwise.
Honestly, it might be something where I'd consider driving.
Okay.
You know, just
and it's
just because of the pandemic. You know, not being vaccinated, all that.
But yeah, see, Mike and I are vaccinated, but it's not yet.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation, our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. The process is simple. First, we do an introduction, then the candidate provides me with information. We have a consultation based on that information, and we build what's called the model. Once we have that model, we'll share that with 3 great opportunities that match your criteria. I will follow up with you through the entire process. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area. I'm humbled by your consideration, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
The coaches at LaSalle are great because they strive for you to be your best.
I was able to maximize my full potential in terms of opportunity in football, wrestling, and lacrosse.
They're going to be pushed to be the best they can be in the classroom, on the field, in the pool, and just overall as a person.
Student first, athlete second. Before you have success on the field, you have to have success in the classroom so you can be on the field.
One thing I think makes LaSalle Athletics stand out are the facilities that we have. One thing I think makes the athletic programs here so strong is definitely the coaching and the staff.
I think I've improved as a competitor here at LaSalle because I'm always being pushed by coaches and by my peers. Seeing my peers work hard makes me want to work harder as well.
No matter what your interests are, every single person here is going to make sure that you're able to fulfill your dreams and what you want to do.
What allows us to keep winning is just our really strong sense of tradition and pride. We know that 30 years before us they won the PCL, so we're going to go out there and we're going to do our best to succeed like the guys before us did.
Explorers will have the ball to start the second half.
Bob Long, Chris Carabello alongside, broadcasting the game here on Bob Long Sports. Here's Charles Ireland off the screen. Great look, everything but the finish, but again, a very good look there. Good high ball screen from Horace Simmons. 27-22, beginning of the third quarter. LaSalle at 6-5 in the Catholic League. A win here would assure a 500-plus season in the Catholic League, and the way the league is stacked this year, that is quite the accomplishment. They would have found themselves in the top part, certainly in the playoffs, perhaps getting a first-round bye as well. But Father Judge trying to come back. This is Justin Blythe.
They're hanging tough here. Sean Tate and his Crusaders are giving the Explorers everything they can.
Horace Simmons. That was halfway down. But again, a pretty decent look.
Yeah, it was two good looks in a row. First by Charles Ireland, then Horace Simmons.
There's a drive. Great look. Weak side block. Father Judge is within one. Chris Brennan, a good feed on the weak side block to Anthony Lilly. 6:48 to go.
The double team created the open man.
And Sam Brown. Offensive foul. Horace Simmons out of control.
Definitely out of control.
So a dream start here, Chris, for Father Judge. 4-0 spurt, and they have some momentum here on the St. Matt's Rectory home floor for the Crusaders tonight.
But it's what I talked about right before the end of the first half, that the Explorers couldn't have a lull in the third quarter. They have it and had in previous games, and how they're starting out this third quarter right now.
That one's into the backcourt. Still a live ball, so Nick Verano, he's fouled.
Smart play by Nick Verano. A lot of people would have let the Judge player tap that and get the backcourt call. Nick ran right after it. Almost got the layup, almost got the three-point play.
And if you're Sean Tate, that's an absolute killer. You have all the momentum in the world to start the second half here. And you give away, I mean, that's an unforced error if we're playing tennis.
Absolutely.
So a three-point cushion here for LaSalle on the road at St. Matt's Rectory, home of Father Judge here tonight.
Oh, that was a walk.
Now a baseline drive. Flowers got his own rebound. He'll shoot two at the line.
And Horace Simmons picks up two quick fouls to start the third quarter.
He's got three at this point, Chris. And Flowers cuts this deficit to two. In checks Connor Donahue, out checks Horace Simmons. Might have ourselves a battle here, Chris. He's heading that direction. Sam Brown and Anthony Lilly tied up.
Yeah.
It's Judge basketball. Chance to take the lead, Chris, on this possession.
It's as good as a steal. Judge gets the ball back.
Oh, great play there,
Great play by Jackson Conroy.
He was beaten to the spot by Lilly. Didn't matter, though. He got the hand in there. Oh, Sam Brown. Beautiful to the hoop.
And it falls.
One more coming for him.
Yep. And that's what Sam Brown needs to do.
Cross somebody out of his shoes? Yeah. That was unbelievable. But I hear you. Get to the basket, right?
Get to the basket.
Joking aside.
He's so strong, so athletic. No one can defend him inside there.
Did not get the and one, but they're going to get it right back. So 31-27, 5:42 to play third quarter.
And Sam's been good from the foul line all year. He's struggling a little bit tonight. He's missed 3.
See if LaSalle can get that offense moving. They space the floor well, kind of a 4-out-1-in style, a lot of off-ball movement. Nick Verano. Sam Brown open for 3.
He got the open 3. Couldn't knock it down.
Shooting it at a clip of just a bit under 40%. LaSalle, second best three-point shooting team in the Catholic League this year at 40%. 5:05 to play. There's a deep 3 for Johnson. Not even close. No numbers here for Sam Brown. Let's see if it matters. Does not look that way. Counted and one. Yeah. So good in transition, Chris.
Went right by Nasir Johnson.
There's the finish. Good scoop. Yeah.
Not sure if Sean Tate's yelling at the refs or yelling at his player.
I don't know. I heard let him go. If he's yelling at his players, I don't know if you want to let him go on a 1-on-3, but nonetheless. LaSalle gets a sub in for make that Father Judge sub, replacing Lil. I think he was upset at Lilly.
Yes.
Context clues, Chris.
And the Explorers get out to a 7-point lead, 34-27.
Yeah, hand check called against Connor Donahue. That's just an automatic. Can't put the hands on the driving player.
Yeah, he kind of went for that fake. Explorers have really only played 7 players most of the year. Kel O'Brien's gotten a little bit of time, but for the most part, Connor Donahue and Chris Williams have come in and did a fine job as subs.
And Donahue picks up a second one quickly.
Yeah.
.438 on the clock here in the third quarter. Father Judge hanging tight here in a Philadelphia Catholic League game. We highlighted it at the jump. They won their first Catholic League game of the year against Lansdale Catholic. They've been playing better of late. A lot of it's this guy, Nasir Johnson.
Connor Donahue did a nice job stripping him. Like the ball just came right back to Nasir Johnson.
Yep, good on both sides. Good hands by Donahue. Good recognition by Johnson. And it's just a 5-point basketball game. Brown dribbles out of the double. That's a deep 3.
Yeah.
Barely drew the iron. That's going to be fortunate there for Verano. Thought he was hit.
I did too.
Pulled by the wrist. Unfortunate for Father Judge. 2 guys banged into each other. Johnson, a quick hoist.
Yeah.
2 quick hoists
2
there
back-to-back, Verano and Johnson, both from the parking lot.
Verano again. That one, nothing but twine. And it's an 8-point lead for LaSalle.
You could see on the 2 shots, back-to-back shots, the one was never going in, and that one was in from the time it released his hand.
Able to step into it a little bit more. And Chris, I mean, don't discount, right? 2 or 3 feet closer to the basket as well. Nicely done there by Verano.
Oh, their Nick has tremendous range.
There's no doubt about that. Yep, once he steps in the gym, Chris.
Yeah. There's no spot on the floor he's afraid to shoot from.
That's well short. Yeah. And it's LaSalle basketball, last touched by Browning.
Yeah.
Chris, this feels like a big spot here, right? 3:35 to go, plus an 8-minute fourth quarter. Really seems like right now LaSalle, if they can get a 3 or another bucket and a stop, it feels like this is one that could get away from Judge.
And the big thing here is if they could get Horace Simmons in the game, not only do they get that too, can Horace Simmons get it? Can he get into this game? Because I don't think Judge has an answer for a Horace Simmons that's doing that's playing well.
Well, they were trying to make you a prescient man there, Chris, but trying to get it into Horace Simmons. Listen, conversely for Father Judge, it still is only an 8-point game. A stop here and a 3 or a quick 2 from Johnson can get you right back in the mix. Critical juncture here from St. Matt's. Donahue hit hard. He'll shoot 2 at the line. There's that overlap ball screen that leads to driving lanes, Chris.
Yeah. And when the shot's not there, he could have kicked that out to Charles Ireland, who had a wide open 3. So
the other thing I would say we've talked about, I've been talking to myself all year, but the one thing I've talked about, Chris, over the first half of the season is...
You used to say we, but now it's just you.
That's right. Is that this team and the chemistry of 3 seniors, Ireland, Donahue, Conroy, all of them played together last year, but on junior varsity. But to come in and be leaders on this team, I do think that continuity, while maybe not... not guys that are playing varsity minutes for a couple of years. I think that continuity has really helped this team.
Yeah, Charles, I agree with you. I mean, Nick Verano was on varsity last year, got some decent playing time.
Oh, there's a back cut. Charles Ireland. Nicely done. Simmons and Ireland. They run off each other so well, Chris. And that was Simmons setting the ball screen. Ireland to the hoop. Verano on the assist.
Explorers up 10. Can they get a stop and another basket? Because I think that would be key going into the fourth quarter.
Verano nearly got the steal. Here's Justin Blythe. He's hit a couple of threes here tonight. Corner 3. And LaSalle on the run, but no numbers. Father Judge stays in the man-to-man. Verano being guided left by the defender.
Yeah, the man-to-man's taken away the open 3 for the Explorers, but their ball movement should create opportunity.
Williams, and now Verano. LaSalle should be in no hurry here. Inside, Simmons cuts across the lane, double team, count it!
And there it is.
And 1. Really good from Horace Simmons.
As you said, Bob, they were in no hurry. They found the open man inside, and Horace Simmons made a nice play. He needed that. He was coming off one of his lowest point productions of the year against West Catholic. Needed to come out here and get a little boost.
And converts 44-31.
Explorers up 13. Simmons takes a break.
$1:22 to go.
As I said earlier, Mike McKee's done a nice job shuffling around 7 players, using Connor Donahue and Chris Williams whenever he can. Give his starters a rest.
LaSalle in the man-to-man. Blythe fade away. Wow, that's a big-time shot. Needed it too, Chris.
Yeah, he did. That doesn't fall. The Explorers have a chance to go up 15.
As of now, it's 11. We tick under 1 minute to go. And let's see if Father Judge can coax LaSalle to take a shot before the horn. A miss here, and a Judge make cuts it to 9. It's a different picture than it looked 15 seconds ago when it was 44-31. Key moments. We talked about that key juncture at 37-29.
But it looks as if LaSalle's going to hold the ball. You can see the offensive set that they've put in play.
And it doesn't look like Father Judge, on the contrary, is looking to double team.
No. What'll be interesting is, in holding the ball, can they hold it and get an open 3 as the last shot? If not, I think we're going to look to see Sam Brown penetrate and go to the hole.
There's 12 seconds left, and this is Chris Williams. A lot of dribbling there, but he is going to get to the hoop. Nick Verano. Oh, everything but the finish. That was brilliant from Williams, though. Now 4 seconds.
Now he walked.
3. No.
Wow.
So what could have been a massive swing there for Father Judge goes begging, but Nick Sforano, really, Chris Williams, unbelievable play.
What a great pass. Bad collapsed onto Chris Williams, leaving Nick Sforano wide open for an easy layup that he just didn't convert.
Heading to the fourth quarter, this portion of today's game brought to you by E&M Insurance in North Wales. Chris Marr, class of 1989, big sponsor of ours, and very, very involved with the school. If you're looking for personal or business insurance, Chris Marr and the E&M folks are the way to go. Located in North Wales, they excel at finding the best coverage at the best rates. They're an independent agent. They work with a variety of highly selective and very, very competent companies. They can help you find what's best. That's E&M Insurance in North Wales. Bob Long, Chris Carabello alongside. Appreciate everybody being with us here tonight. We head to the fourth quarter, and it's LaSalle 44, Father Judge 33. Reminder that we'll be back on Wednesday as LaSalle takes on Devon Prep. In the last game of the season, it's senior night, Chris, and we'll be there for that.
It'll be nice to be able to honor Charles Ireland, Jackson Conroy, and Connor Donahue, as well as honor the memory of Isaiah. Isaiah Turner, who passed away earlier in the year. Hopefully his mom's going to be able to come, as she did for the senior night for football.
That's great. Yep, that is will be heartfelt, no doubt. No doubt. No dry eye in the gym that evening.
And the Explorers will have the ball to start the fourth quarter. And that's a shame that Nick Sforano couldn't convert that, because they would have not only been able to convert at the end, but then had the ball to start the fourth quarter.
Say that again? What do you mean they would have had the ball?
So Nick Sforano had the easy layup at the end of the third quarter.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Which would have been the end of the third quarter, and then the Explorers would have gotten the ball to start the fourth quarter.
Gotcha. They still got the ball.
Yeah, they still got the ball, yeah.
46-33. Johnson pulls up. No, that's a tough shot. And listen, there's no doubt that he can hit those tough shots, but LaSalle right now is saying, Chris, we'll let him beat us. Make him take the tough shots in double teams and in traffic. Brown, that's a tough shot. My goodness. Dipsy-do from Sam Brown. It's a 15-point lead. Blythe, no. And this one here for LaSalle, really an opportunity to put the hammer down on this possession. Lane's wide open for Sam Brown. A lot of contact. Count it, and one.
That's a mismatch underneath. Nasir Johnson can't cover Sam Brown.
Yeah, and there's some contact there. He flailed back, and certainly he might have caught it up by the face, but he absolutely reached in. It's a good call. Sam Brown, an opportunity to make it an 18-point lead.
Certainly Nasir Johnson is athletic. I don't know if he's as athletic as Sam Brown.
Sure.
I don't think he can stop him underneath there. Ooh, almost a swipe and a steal from Chris Williams.
And that's no knock on Johnson either, because I don't know if there are many folks in the Catholic League that can match that athleticism. There's a three, and a timeout called by Sean Tate. 51-36, LaSalle with the lead.
Yeah, Tyler Yerkroft comes back down the court, hits a big three. Just when the Explorers were on a run.
6 minutes, 48 seconds to go. Father Judge sitting down like it's a full timeout, and LaSalle standing up like it is a 30-second timeout. But I do think it's a full timeout. Quick chance to tell you one more time about Jim McLaughlin, Carey, Guerin, Boyle. At the Carey, Guerin, Boyle team of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox and Roach Realtors. If you're looking for a mountain home, if you're looking to sell maybe your second home, you know, it's not just primary residences, folks. These guys, they go far and wide. They know the players, and they know the marketplace. They're the best professionals in that industry, the ones that I've dealt with, certainly. Jim and Carrie, wonderful advocates for you, whether you're buying or selling a home. Give them a call. Tell them that Bob Long Sports sent you. That's Jim McLaughlin and Carrie Guerin Boyle of the Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox and Roach Realtors team, led by Carrie Guerin Boyle. So I wonder, Chris, if Father Judge picks up full court here. It's kind of half-hearted as they stand around the midcourt stripe. But at some point you got to start trying to induce some turnovers here. You don't want to completely leave your game. But with 15-point deficit here, still, this is plenty much of a game. Got to start with some stops. That's so much contact.
Wow. Judges gone to man.
And listen, I get it, right? Sam Brown does create some contact as Williams goes to work. That's a clean block.
Yeah.
Well done underneath. And, that's Chris Brennan, number 34. He's played some nice minutes for the Crusaders tonight. Here's where LaSalle really excels, though. They are so good.
Yeah, they're all
inbound, out of bounds.
Yeah, they're moving without the ball. Oh.
Brown got his own rebound, puts it up, and he's fouled again. That's Nasir Johnson. And Johnson, he doesn't like the call. He's putting his hand straight up, but it's one of those things where it's so tough, especially after you kind of recoil. Sam Brown gets his own rebound. You're naturally going to bring that south of that vertical plane.
There we go. Sam Brown hits 2.
It's a 17-point lead. 6:13 to go, final quarter. Blythe to the basket. There's a blocking foul called against Jackson Conroy. He'll shoot 2 at the line.
Yeah, Jackson just didn't have position. He didn't get there in time.
An interesting final stretch, Chris, in the Philadelphia Catholic League. 3 teams vying for 2 spots. Archbishop Wood, they survived on the road at Bishop McDevitt. They're unbeaten.
In overtime, yeah.
There were a lot of points, Wood had to come back. Many points where you thought this is going to be the game where they fall. But they're still unbeaten. Roman Catholic has the 1 loss. Newman Goretti has the 1 loss. Both of those 1 losses were to Archbishop Wood. And as of at least last glance, I don't think those 2 teams were slated to play each other. There's Chris Williams on the deuce.
Well, I thought they'd play each other the last game of the season.
Must have been. It must have been a reschedule or something because I didn't see it on the schedule, and they're going to have to play. It's a de facto
correct
3-team playoff. Archbishop Wood gets the bye. Good finish there. It's 40-55. But that's one that we'll be keeping our eyes on for sure. And what's very interesting is Archbishop Wood, you think you put all this work in, you're unbeaten, you're the number 1 seed. But if it is Roman Catholic, there's an offensive foul, Sam Brown. And it feels like the jockeying continues here between Nasir Johnson and Sam Brown. And both of them continue to corral fouls. That one goes against Brown from LaSalle. But, Chris, my point was there, if Roman Catholic beats Newman Goretti, well, all of a sudden it's 2 6A teams in the Catholic League Championship game, and Roman could be the team to go.
By nature of winning, would get the playoff spot.
And Wood's season could be done at that point. But if Newman Goretti wins, then Wood has already punched its ticket. So as much as we'll be keeping our eyes on that Newman-Roman game when it happens, so will Archbishop Wood. Horace Simmons, good finish.
And then there's another spin on here, or another factor to be considered, is that the 2 teams that face off in the Catholic League Championship against each other both have to have played Bonner Prendergrass.
Count it, and 1. There's Justin Blythe, the underhanded scoop, high off the window. Counted in 1.
Justin Blythe has had one heck of a game tonight.
He has, that's for sure. A couple of trays.
Yeah, it's a couple from the outside, from taking it to the hole.
So that's interesting. So Bonner has to schedule both of those teams.
Or the championship game can't be played.
Better them than me trying to figure all that out. Horace Simmons again. That one's going to fall as well. The ticklish roll off the iron and in. And it's 59-42. LaSalle in full control halfway through the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Explorers by 13.
Blythe looks for Lilly. Nasir Johnson. He's got the longer Simmons on him, and he's fouled. That's going to be a shooting foul.
And that's
but he
the
beat
fourth
him off
on,
the dribble.
Yeah, and that's the fourth on Horace Simmons.
He's had certainly a nice contest here, Chris. A lot asked of him. We highlighted that as the job. A guy who can really score, a guy who really runs the offense true and true, both creating his own opportunities and creating space on the floor for others.
Well, he did a nice job of creating opportunities for Justin Blythe tonight.
That he did.
With all the focus on Nasir Johnson, Justin Blythe has had a very, very good game.
Nick Ferrano, the floater, adjusts in midair. Pivot foot. Stays on the floor, Chris. Nicely done. So LaSalle moves back into 2-3 zone, and I've admired the flexibility with which they've moved into and out of zone defense this year. There's Chris Williams on the floor, asking for a timeout and gets it.
What a nice job by Chris Williams. Great job with the steal, the composure, keep the ball, and then call timeout.
3 minutes, 7 seconds to go. 18-point lead for the LaSalle. And Chris, what's most impressive about that is not just the play itself, but that effort, right? It's 3 minutes left in the game, 18 points. And you could start to factor in, he's the first one on the floor. You love to see that.
Another full timeout.
Full timeout on the floor. Next up for us is March 10th. Wednesday, 2 days.
2 days from now.
2 days, senior night. That'll be a nice one, and we'll be excited to broadcast that to the folks that aren't able to be there that evening, especially. Last game in a LaSalle uniform. That'll be great.
And there's some talk that there may be some play after the regular season's over, because technically play is allowed by all teams until the conclusion of the state playoffs. So even though you don't make the playoff, you can continue to play some games. And LaSalle's working to do some things with some fellow Catholic League schools, whether it's some tournaments or some individual games.
Sounds great. Sounds great.
So Wednesday night might not be the end, but it is the end of the regular season.
3 minutes to go. LaSalle leads 61-43. Thanks, everybody, for being with us here today. Nick Ferrano. Back cut. Horace Simmons, they're going to call the block there. And whether or not that defender was set, he's directly underneath the cylinder there, Chris. That's a good call.
Again, there's not that line that they have in college and the pros, but if it were there.
He'd be squarely inside it.
Yes.
1-1. Earns himself a second. In and out on the second. Crusaders are going to remain with that one win on the season. One more opportunity to get another win as Blythe hits another three.
Again, Justin Blythe has had a very, very good game. Actually, he's had the game that we thought Nasir Johnson would have.
Sure. Absolutely. Ireland drives to the 10. No, got his own, and again would not fall. And a foul called. 50-50 ball. Johnson got there first. And it's Charles Ireland picking up the personal.
And he added some theatrics that helped.
So 2:14 to go, 16-point lead. LaSalle certainly in control, but don't want to totally fall asleep at the wheel here. LaSalle with the win, Chris, would move to 7-5 on the year. A 13-game Philadelphia Catholic League schedule, and just like every other year, just the difference this year is no non-league play. But again, very impressive that they are getting to the end of the year and playing all 13.
And there would still
Plus
be a game
some.
with Bonner. There would be a game with Bonner Prendergast if that game can get rescheduled. There's a lot of uncertainty about that, but
That's
if it's
right.
possible,
Yeah, 15. Yep,
there
would've
would be
been
a 14-game schedule. So,
Yeah.
you know,
That's a good point. Yep. We'll see if they can do that. Blythe. I had an open three, just couldn't catch it. Tough shot there. It's good.
yeah.
Brennan.
And all of a sudden, it's a 12-point lead.
Just like that. A couple of free throws, a bucket, another bucket there. So can't fall asleep at the wheel quite yet.
Now it's no. Explorers don't want to get sloppy. Oh, he almost walked.
Yep.
He did. Actually, they didn't call it at first. Sean Tate gave the call.
So a timeout on the floor.
There's a situation where they get a bucket. Now back-to-back turnovers by the Explorers.
Yep. I mean, again, it's still a long haul, but it's less over than it was 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. And Father Judge trying to find a way here in one of their last games of the season. One more chance to tell you about Keith Binsfeld of Cross Country Mortgage, residential mortgage specialist. Interest rate environment is an interesting one right now, that's for sure, and he can help you through the process. It's tough to find a home. Good opportunity to refinance as well. A lot of things you can do with Keith. He's a proud LaSalle graduate, proud sponsor of everything we do here and of LaSalle Athletics. So give him a visit. That's the Binsfeld team at Cross Country Mortgage. Good to do the doubleheader here today, Chris. JV game was fun. You were on camera, and that was a lot of fun. That team played well, and we talked about it throughout. That's the bridge to varsity.
Yeah, it is. And there's a number of those young players, Ryan Sorge, James Barchak, Connor Cyberlick, that are going to be in the pipeline for next year.
That's right. And Sorge, a strong football player as well, wide receiver.
Very good wide receiver. I think you'll be calling his name a lot more next year than you did this year.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see him grow into a junior role next year. In and out. Speaking of LaSalle football, by the way, how about some of those games?
It's a really, really cool schedule.
Really cool. Really cool. I want to make sure I'm careful. I think I know what's been announced publicly and what hasn't. Bishop McDevitt in Harrisburg.
Yeah, to start the season.
And then Ocean City, Maryland, or Ocean City, New Jersey make that. They're going to play against
Malvern Prep. Yeah.
That'll be fun. I'll say this right now. We're going to count on Rob Stott and Tyler Kern to go call that Malvern Prep one. Give them a weekend at the beach. We'll expense it on the Bob Long Sports Company card that may or may not currently exist, but I'm going to be unable to make that one. There's Sam Brown to the bucket.
Would that be a wedding?
That would be Kevin Long, 2012 PIAA State Baseball Champion Kevin Long's wedding, where I may be involved in best man capacity. So tough to make it that evening. So maybe we can get you actually involved with them as well.
I think I could get on air with them.
I like it.
It is not our home game. It is Malvern Prep's game.
Gotcha. Yeah, so something still to be
some
determined.
chance, yeah.
But to the extent we're able to call the game, we'd love to. All right, so timeout, Sean Tate. We'll say a little loose with the basketball. Nasir Johnson says, I'll grab two more.
I'll grab two more, yeah.
On his way to the final 80 points. Hey, if they schedule some more games.
Absolutely. He needs
could do
every
it.
point he can get.
Yeah. And that's more than fair, Chris, because nobody had any out-of-league play this year, so give them a couple more contests to.
No, in reality, if they play some non-league games,
He's already at it.
He scores his 1,000th point.
Right. I'll be keeping an eye on that. You know, he's a heck of a player. He's been fun to watch. Fun to watch over the last few years, truly. So hopeful for Johnson that he gets a few more contests after the conclusion of what's currently scheduled.
I think Father Judge is one of the teams that we've kind of been in communication with to play again, so we might see him again.
Well, this has been a good one here. I mean, certainly LaSalle's going to get the victory, but you have to give Father Judge all the credit in the world, Chris. They have hung tough, played to the final whistle here. And it's a 12-point game. I mean, it was 20 just a couple minutes ago, so they've fought hard.
Yeah, the Explorers will move to 7-5, but it's going to be a hard-fought battle and win.
And some learning lessons heading into Wednesday as well. Final 10 seconds left here. LaSalle just needs to get it across the timeline.
It was good to see Horace Simmons get back into the teens. I think he had 13 or 15 points tonight, which I think is good.
A solid win for LaSalle.
Yeah.
And as is the custom, you see the coaches just kind of waving to each other, not the traditional handshakes, such as 2020-2021. But a fun one here, Chris, no doubt about it. One more shout out to E&M Insurance. Chris Marr, class of 1989. The best damn insurance agent in the land. That's Chris Marr from E&M Insurance in North Wales for your business or your personal. Very connected with the LaSalle community, and we would love for you to give him a shot with your policy. That's E&M Insurance in North Wales, a proud sponsor of tonight's game. And Chris, great to be back on air with you, my friend.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a pleasure. I love doing this with you. As I said, we didn't get to do the away games that we have in the past.
Right.
Hopefully things will be different next year, but you know, we were able to do this one, and you still have another one coming up on Wednesday night. And as I said, there's still some uncertainties in the schedule. I think there's going to be some games, and hopefully you're going to be able to broadcast them as well, because people like watching. They can't be in the gym, so this is the next best thing.
Yep, and this team has given this team, a lot of these fans, a lot to watch this year. They played some really great basketball, a solid win here tonight, and at 7-5 in this league, man, this team, they came together on a shortened schedule and played some tremendous hoops. The LaSalle Explorers, a winner here tonight at St. Matt's Rectory. Many thanks to St. Matt's as well as Father Judge A.D. Jake Surface for giving us everything we needed here today. Appreciate it. It was fun. And Chris, until next time, we'll bid everybody adieu here from Cotman Avenue. Thanks for being with us. And this is Bob Long Sports. See you next time.